It is. I don't think I've seen this picture in about a year, maybe longer. It's been folded up, put away. Still looks good. Colors still vibrant. No damage, just a little fold, but a lot of history with this picture. A lot of friends with this picture. This picture wasn't what I expected to be at first until I started putting it together. It's based off of a real story of a girl that was at a biker annual after party and she was whipping everybody on the pool table. I can't think of the lady's name, but I just remember she was 6 foot tall, thick, and good looking, and was killing everybody on the table. And in some cases, I think some of the guys just wanted her to stay on the table because she was looking that good. But I figured that if I drew Robin, how would I draw her? So I drew her as the character, the victor on the table, and she's about to knock the 8-ball in. And of course, the guys in the background looking, and they like, wow, you just got beat by a girl. But as you can see, the guy that's playing, they ain't really mad about it at all because she's pretty. When I put it together, I didn't think about creating a show. I was already doing something on my my live Facebook post called TV Customs, the series, which was the name of my store, TV Customs, or The Brush. And everybody was doing a reality show, and a lot of guys were either building bikes, they were creating just beautiful things, and I just wanted to be a part of that. But I realized that there isn't any biker art that deals with the African American. There isn't any real biker series that's out here that show us. There was only one show that I saw that showed us, and that was HDTV, and I want to give respect to those guys, Ant and everybody in Cali that represented Rare Breed, Hog Nuts, Hog Life, everybody that was out there, Deuces, Soul Brothers, everybody. I got my first opportunity to see the biker culture from a different perspective, and it opened me up. It saw something that I really love. What really kicked it off for me was HDTV came to Chicago, and they interviewed this young brother by the name of Juice and his club called Next Level. And Next Level had an annual, and every year it gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and they have some really nice bikes, and they ground pound, and they're going everywhere. And this was the genesis of how this even came up. And I remember that they had their annual one weekend, and HDTV Ant came to Chicago to record everything. Well, they were literally 5 minutes away from my store, and I'm trying to hustle and let people know I can paint your bikes. If, you know, I'm a biker too. This is a biker-friendly environment. Come on out and support us, this and that. And nobody told me HDTV was coming to town. Now I see all these other people, and one of my bikes was actually on that show, and I realized that, man, I got played. I felt like I got played, so I kind of got mad. So I was like, okay, HDTV, let me see next time you come to Chicago and don't come to my store and I paint bikes. So I was upset, but I had to let it ride because it was like there was nothing I could do about it. And I realized at that point, I'm not touching these bikers that I want to touch. I'm not, you know, they're not hearing me knock at their door. Now, I'm known on the set for tattooing. Everybody know me for tattooing, and occasionally do some shirts and a couple of murals here and there. But they really never saw the airbrusher. They saw the tattooers, but they never really saw the airbrusher. So I said, I'm going to try and hit them in this essence. Now you're going to see me not only tattoo, but you're going to see me paint, do these murals, do these portraits. Y'all going to really see the other side of me. So now, with this opportunity, I'm starting to paint. Nobody knows about these pieces yet. There was only one guy out there that was painting at the bike clubs, but he was hand painting. And he was good. He was doing his thing. But nobody really saw what my passion was. So I put the first pictures out, and I decided I'm going to record the photo shoot as well as this painting and interview the people that's in the painting. And I collaborated on, I was just going to do just a little image of this, but I ended up making enough film. and all these recordings that I did, I had like 4 hours of recording, and I said, why don't I put it into a show? And I dibbed and dabbed, and I called my friend Mike, MB Designs, and we put a shirt together, and we did a concept, and we laid out the different film script, and next thing you know, we got a little series. We called it We Ride Biker for Life, the series, which was an off branch of TV Customs, the series. And it took off. I got Robin on there. We filmed the photo shoot. We filmed my man Kevin, who ran the car wash that we did the photo shoot at. We interviewed Gooch H, who was part of Chaotic Customs, and they had a good interview. And I just made it a 1 hour thing, and I said I'm going to put it online and see how it does. And the first time I showed it, I actually was at Chaotic Customs, and I showed the first episode, and I brought this picture out, and I showed people, this is what this is about. They didn't really get it yet, but they started to realize this is one of ours, man, we going to support them. And I got to give a shout out to Chaotic Customs because they really supported me. Every time I came out with shirts, they bought. I gave them the pictures. They invited me out to their annual. I filmed the annual that they was at. It's in my first episode, and history was made. And that was the first episode of We Ride Biker for Life. And from that point, it was no stopping me. I'm like, I got something. I'm going to run with it. Nobody's doing biker art in the African American community. Nobody's really telling our stories. Nobody's putting out our information, not the way that I would like to have seen it. And HDTV, although they were showing the West Coast, I wasn't seeing any of the black artists. I saw the builders. I saw the guys who own the motorcycles. I saw the guys that was racing the motorcycles and doing the wheelies and spin outs and all this good stuff. And yeah, they had some hot bikes. But when you go to the people who was painting them, who was the artist that's painting them? I don't see them. Then I realized there was only one guy who I knew, who had just passed away 6 years prior to this, who was doing motorcycle art, and that was David Mann. David Mann is known all over the world for his art. And the last time anybody heard about him was on Orange County Choppers, or American Choppers, where Paul Sr. was trying to do a theme bike in honor of David Mann, but unfortunately he passed away during the time the bike was being made. All of his artwork, as beautiful as it was, didn't have color. And that's where I stepped in. And I said I was going to put our stories out there, and I was going to get it out there, and I was determined to make sure we were heard and we were seen. And before you knew it, people were paying attention. Of course, after a while, I had people asking, well, you going to put some white guys in the artwork? I'm like, yeah, they in there. You just got to look. But I realized people were paying attention to what I was doing. But I had to get us out first, and that's what I was determined to do. We Ride Biker for Life now went from one episode to now 30 episodes. It went from 3 pictures to 52 pictures now as we speak, and there's more in the works. Clothing line now has 30 different items. 5 different countries have watched the show. All over America, people have my artwork. People have sent me pictures of their work, posted in frames, put in the living rooms and the man caves. People buying the shirts. They're showing me pictures from overseas, here in the States, and different places. So it's become something that people are paying attention to, and they're supporting, and I love it. We Ride Biker for Life, the series started from this picture right here. The first episode was about this picture, and 23,000 hits later from Facebook, YouTube, some of the CDs that I made and gave out to people, and just shares and likes. A lot of people, like up to date right now, I believe that we're close to 97,000 hits on that first episode. Close to 97,000 if I'm not mistaken. So it's doing something. It's doing something. All from this picture. Love you, sis. All right. Well, it's 2014 now. I wanted to put together the women's line, and I wanted to do a show. I didn't want to come out this year without having some type of show representing this new product that I had. I worked on something back in 2012 and 2013 called TB Customs, the series, which is just video, audio of me painting cars and pictures and just getting people to come in, make orders, and I'll make a video for them, and I just named it after the shop. So it had a little success, but it wasn't where I really wanted it to be. I wanted to be on TV. I'm not going to lie about it. When I started working on this piece here, I started filming everything. At this time, I didn't think of it as what it's now known as. I just continued it as TV Customs. And I did the first picture. I started the shirts. Shirts are beginning to sell a little bit. And I knew that before I began doing another set of outfits, I had to do something for the women. Based upon the picture called Girls Do It Better, in which a lady saw this picture and she said to me, I like that picture, but you need to do a woman's version because girls do it better. So I ended up doing a girl's version, and that did pretty good. It took about 6 months for me to do that picture because I stopped. I went back on it. I couldn't find the right bike. I didn't have the inspiration. I wasn't, inspired to finish it up. And then I ended up going to a clubhouse. Shout outs to Chaotic Customs. They had a annual and then a barbecue at their clubhouse. I ended up taking a picture of their clubhouse, and then from there, I painted their clubhouse along with a picture of a fine-looking female who was on a bike and she was doing a burnout. And this picture was inspired by a lady by the name of Sugar Baby, who is a part of a motorcycle club called Formed Alliance. And I got that together. Once I put that together, people started paying attention. They loved that picture. And, of course, I came out with my own female version of the We Ride line. This one had the rhinestones in it and everything. And people started to like it, but I needed to push it more. And that's when my friend Robin, at the time, was doing a lot of television and movies. And one of them was Empire. And I was so happy for her, and I was like, I need a spokeswoman. Now, the first one who I wanted to be, she didn't want to do it. She didn't want to have nothing to do with the product, nothing. I was cool with it. I had to let it go. But Robin was like, anything you need, let me know. So I thought, what is the best way to really represent? So I painted her picture. And the first picture that I painted of Robin was called Who's Next, which is an image based upon a real story of a girl or a woman on the pool tables. And I was watching her whip every guy's butt on that table till literally she was like, who's next? Because nobody could beat her. I think personally she was good, but I think because she looked good, I think a lot of guys kind of gave her a pass. But she was mean with that stick, literally. So I used Robin as a reference to that picture because I couldn't get the woman who did it because I didn't know who she was. I just remembered that she was 6 foot tall and just was kicking everybody's butt on the pool table. So Robin, I used a couple of her pictures, and came up with this picture. Robin loved it, everybody loved it, and then I ended up getting some of my friends at Chaotic Customs after I interviewed them, and the show started to form. right. It's on
Uncle
YouTube.
Billy, I got this. This is my show. I'm the pretty and famous one. Go do something.
Touche.
And forget what my Uncle Billy said. I say bring your kids.
It was summer of 2014. I started selling the products. Shirts are beginning to sell. I just did my first event. That one was crazy. It was my old biker club event. It was in May. And I had just got my first set of sales, like my biggest set of sales for the brand. Happy, I was very proud. I was happy at the moment. Mind you, this is like literally 5 months before I found out I got sick. And during this summer, I'm promoting this brand. I'm really doing my best to promote this brand. If there was an annual, if there was an event going on, I wanted that product to be there. I wanted WeRide to start getting its foot in the biker world door. Now, I already was doing tattoos at the time. So as I'm doing this, I'm trying to find the better ways to market the brand. So I was doing my study. I was looking at famous clothing lines that made it through the years. Fubu, Carcanine, Cross Colors, Tommy Hilfiger, whatever there was a brand that was out, I tried to study the success and how they did it and what they had to do to make it possible for it to grow. Then I looked at Russell Simmons and I looked at how he put Fat Farm together, and I realized that he had a good brand, but it really didn't pop off until his now ex-wife, Maura Lee, got involved and did the Baby Fat, and Baby Fat blew up. So I thought about it. I said, if I'm going to do this, and I tried to do this before, but I tried to do an all airbrush line. I won't give you the name, but it didn't work out. It didn't work out because the persons that I was looking for to help with it didn't really put in their 2 cents. It was like they was on the outside looking for it to fail. This time, I made an effort to do this, and I went all in. So I realized I was going to need a female presence and influence to make this rock, because previously from doing this picture, ladies liked it, but they was like, you need a female version because girls do it better, and that's when my spark starts sparking even harder. Fashion lines do better when women are more involved with it. So I wasn't going to let this one slip. I literally worked to make sure that the females had a say in this brand. So what better than to have a spokeswoman representing the brand? A nice looking woman. First one didn't work out too good. Here's what it is. But then a nice little show came on Facebook, and my friend Robin was in it. And at this time, she was modeling and doing appearances and doing modeling shows and runways, and she's doing her thing, and now she's in movies. And I said to myself, I've known Robin at this point like 17 years now. Who better would do this but her? She's perfect. She fits the dress perfectly. She has a beautiful smile. I just absolutely love her. Why not have her in there? And then paint her in one of the pictures and really blow her up. So I asked her, can I paint her in one of my pictures? She said, yeah, I painted her several times before. So she was like, no problem. And I asked her, I need a model to model my clothing line. She was like, anything you need, sir, I got you. We set up the modeling day. It was on a Monday. And I don't forget that it rained like crazy. I mean, we had a really bad thunderstorm that day. Robin had just was in a accident, so her leg was kind of messed up. But she still came to model. And that photo shoot, my first photo shoot at that, went very well. I was very happy with it. It was me, Robin, my friend Tay, Rashida, Lisa, who was a photographer. We all came to my man Kev's place at Rolling Clean Car Wash on the west side of Chicago. I painted a 60-foot mural, actually 8 murals in there, and it went very well. After that, we were there for like 4 hours, took pictures, everything was good. That's when Robin noticed I wasn't doing too hot. This is literally less than a month before I was hospitalized. But I got everything that I needed. And then on top of all of that, I was able to get enough pictures for an actual episode of We Ride Biker for Life series, my first episode. We got all that done, and history was made. Robin helped me in a very major way. She's in 3 murals to the collection, and a lot of people have her posters. She's also a part of the shirts. She's also a part of the clothing line as well. My objective is to make Robin the first well-known African-American biker model, or biker chick, if you will, in a major biker product. But I want the world to know who she is, because she volunteered and aided and assisted me to make this brand popular and make the art well known. People have her pictures in biker clubhouses, in people's man caves, in homes. For me, that's a huge honor, because I finally did something that people paid attention to, and it was very beautiful people, very well-known people that came in and said, I got you, and it came through. So Robin gets big up to me because of what she did. I will forever love Lily for doing that for me. She didn't have to. So Lily, I got Lily's back. As long as I'm blessed to do this, Lily's gonna be a part of it. When I get to where I want to be with this, Lily is going to be a part of it. Robin is going to be a part of it in whatever way I can put her in. But she's a part of it. There's nothing more else to say about that. You help me out, I'm gonna help you out. You bless me, I'm gonna bless you. There's a lot of people that's helped me, I'm gonna bless them. She's on the top of that list. That's Lily.